Hi everybody, welcome back to the Woodland Reboot. In this video I'm going to share some thoughts on safety, finish up the details concerning the Purlins, and show you how I'm installing the fascia boards. So I went onto Amazon, bought myself a roofer's kit for a harness roofer's kit. So it has a harness. This is not top end, but it's also not the cheapest. It has the attachment. This attaches to the harness, and this attaches to and is on the rope. So you can, as you move around on the roof, you can adjust the tension on the rope so that you can move. Here, so in addition to the rope, there's an anchor. Number two I wanted to show you is I've been trying to decide how to attach the Purlins. Should I do it all with structural screws, or should I do it with nails? Now, if you go online, and I want to walk these up closely, and hopefully the camera zooms in on this. So that's the structural screw that I'm using. That's 3 1/8 inch long. And these are the nails that go into my nail gun. These are, I think, 3 1/4 inches long. Yep, 3 1/4 inches long. And these are ring shank nails. So what are the pros and the cons? From what I've seen, a lot of builders just use the nails, and some of them even go with cheap nails, i.e. not ring shanked, and not galvanized. These are both galvanized and ring shanked, so that's a high quality nail. However, this nail is cheaper than this structural screw. So like I said, a lot of builders will just use nails. What I'm doing is I'm securing the Purlin with nails. Then I'm going back and I'm adding a structural screw in each joint. So there will be 2 fasteners in each joint where a Purlin overlaps a truss, and each joint, as I said, will include a structural screw and a ring shank galvanized nail. The ideal world, and if you're loaded with lots of money and want to spend all the money on fasteners, is to use structural screws. But I think this is a good combination. Again, it's not the best and it's far from the worst, so I'm satisfied that this solution will work given all the different loads, wind, snow, etc. that my building will endure. Well, I'm now going to try to attach the bracket to the safety harness system at the top of the highest point of the middle truss up there. So I don't know if you can see the truss with the number on it. That's the middle truss. And so I'm going to go to the top of that and secure this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm standing here talking to you because I was successful getting that bracket way at the top of the trusses. Couldn't film it. And by the way, I'm not great with those high heights, especially without any kind of tether or net, shall we say. So I'm going to get this on and snugged up once I get up there, and I'll feel a lot better. Well, I was working hard to be safe on the work site, and I am. And unfortunately, I dropped my trusty Campbell Hosfield nail gun 12 feet, and it landed right on the nose of the gun. Bent and broken. Oh, this unit, I probably bought this thing 20 years ago. Doesn't owe me anything. Was working well. Maybe I can find these parts. It's actually essentially the whole nose piece. I'll take a quick look tonight, and if that doesn't work out, I'll be off to the store to get myself a replacement nail gun. Okay, it's a beautiful sunny morning. It's the day after I've literally completed putting all of the purlins and all the fasteners and all the purlins on the roof. So I'm looking at it from the north side, hence we're getting all that sun blazing at us this early in the day from the south. And all of the purlins are in place, all the fasteners are in place. So my task right now is to get the fascia board on the gables on each end, as well as obviously running down the front side and the back side of the building. I'll try to get a shot and a picture from the other side as well. I'll have to get the ladder and climb up on the shed roof for that one. Here is a picture of the roof from a southern exposure with the sun behind me, so you get a better look at all the purlins and that they're in position on the roof system. So that's a row of 10 purlins from the bottom up to the top. And each one, as I think I've mentioned in a previous video, are held down by a structural screw as well as a nail. Each joint, that is. So each purlin has anywhere from 3 to 4 joints, and therefore you get a number of the fasteners holding them in place. So the objective today, or starting today, is to get the fascia boards in on each gable end, and of course running the length of the building. I have a 12-15 pitch on my roof, so that translates into a 22.6 degree angle. I use the super powerful interwebby machine that I have at my disposal. Looked that up last night before I came out here today. And as I've shown you in the video, my miter saw, as I'm sure most of them do, has a setting at 22.5, because no doubt the 12-5 pitch is common, and therefore very easy to cut the right angle on these pieces that I'm going to use on the end gable. So again, this is my gable fascia, and given the lack of lift equipment that I have, I'm going to try something different. I've instead now screwed a bracket to the top of the fascia board. This bracket, as you can imagine, the purlins are sticking out. And what I'm going to do is obviously use that bracket to catch the end of the purlins, and that should be able to hold my fascia board in place while I nail it in. So that should work. Fingers crossed. Let's see how that goes. There's a lot of up and down the ladder getting the fascia board up onto the roof deck. You can see here how I'm using my scaffolding. I don't have a very long hose for my air compressor, so I've put the air compressor up on the scaffolding deck, and you can see just above there I've pre-positioned my new nail gun. That's the new nail gun hanging from the bottom of the truss, and once I get my boards into position and climb up there myself, I'll start using the equipment. Each time I go on the roof and start moving around on the purlins, there's a certain point where I have to essentially start, it's almost like crawling around doing planks or doing push-ups. And then once I get to a certain point, I'm also able to crawl down into the truss system. In this case, I just grabbed the nail gun. But getting up there on a truss system like this, if you are not someone who does it every day like the pros that I've referred to in the past, who literally will step on the various purlins and balance and move around quite easily, get ready for a workout. Getting up there, working in amongst the purlins and the trusses, this is hard work. It's not bad, but it is a challenge, and be ready for it. The brackets I attached to the fascia board are working well. They allow me to put the board in place and then nail it, reaching out over the edge of the building to do it. It's not, again, very easy to do this. I'm doing it in a bit of an awkward position without the lift equipment. I'm reaching over, I'm doing it a bit blindly, and every now and then I miss one of the nails, and it happens, but it's not such a big deal. But at the end of the day, as a single DIYer here, this solution's working, and I'm getting the fascia board in place.